Good morning everyone, and welcome back to Craft Eccentricity. And it's Monday morning and I'm just checking that the microphone's on. Yeah. I hope everyone had a fabulous weekend, and yes, it's July. Here we go. So I've got a personal haul today and I'm going to share it, and it's stamps, and we're going to stamp a few just to make sure that they work. So putting my handful down there, and I'm going in first. I've got this gorgeous garden set. I've got the plant pots, I've got my watering can. In fact, if I use the sheet of white cardstock I'm going to stamp on, you'll be able to see a lot better. There we go. Isn't that cute? I love that sunflower. You've got the lovely garden gates. See how close we can get to that. Oh, that's nicer. We've got roses in pot. Yes, or vase. So I've got that one. And then I've got more of a journal-y type one. So we've got a few scribbles and splats, and we've got some dots, and we've got some script, which looks like Churchill's visit, and CH is missing off the front. Yeah, I'm always telling you, make sure you read your scripts, because you never know what you're sending to someone. And as most of that looks like gobbledygook, I think it's absolutely fine. Yeah, and I do love these, because you know I do like my my Dymo tape. Right, next up, doggies. Look at these. These are just absolutely insane. They're gorgeous. So if you know anybody that loves doggies, yeah, you got the ball, you got the bone, you got the collar, you got the feed bowl. Let's see how close we can get. Look at that. Oh, they're just absolutely great. Really great expressions. Oh, love it. And I got myself another doggy set, which is a little bit cuter, but still a little bit wacky. Yeah, that makes me smile. Oh, I think that one's fabulous. You got all the party stuff going on. Party hat. And I think actually on the page, I will link these below. I think they've got some wacky cats that are like this, which are really cute as well. So you've got your paw prints, you've got a little bit of sparkle there above that one. You've got your happy and your birthday. Oh, but I love that. We're going to stamp that one in a second. Yeah. And then I've got some numbers, and I thought these are interesting, because I'm always looking for stuff for when you do an advent calendar and stuff like that at Christmas. But I thought I'm going to try and get close. There. Don't they look gothic? I thought they'd be great for Halloween. So you could stamp 13 or 31. Also, these would be great, you know, your Christmas 25, and done in some gold embossing powder. So I got myself those, and that one's blank, and you get 3 little squirrely patterns that you can use as well. So I love that. Yeah, it got me that one. And then last but not least is a nature kind of journal one again. We've got a little bit of airmail going on there. We've got January, you've got a little bit of postcards, you've got a nice ink splat and a flower. You've got a number. I do like my number stuff. And then you've got Brooklyn 1909. Isn't that great? We've got some grid and more wildflowers, and you've also got that postmark. So that's a nice one. Really like that. Right, so let's get that wacky looking dog and give that a stamp, and see what else I can get up to. So I'm just going to take this out, and then I will measure it. I'm just removing it from the package. Yes, I am. Let's pop that over there. Ooh, it's been double packed. Well, that's a bit like Christmas, isn't it? Yeah. So I've got to open this one now. I shouldn't complain about over packaging. Especially when stuff gets, you know, thrown over the fence in the rain. Sometimes my packages do just get dumped over the garden gate, so I won't complain about that. Oh, we've got to do this one. That's just absolutely fabulous. Such an easy stamp as well, because it's it looks like oh, what do you call them? A collie dog. You know, like a farm dog, which is just black and white anyway. So a real easy one to stamp. So let's get that down there. Oh, I've got my little minis on the table. So I'm using these today. Oh, he just looks absolutely gorgeous. Let's hope that my my pressure on my stamp block is correct. Here we go. I'm sticking him smack bang in the middle. Make sure he's got a little bit going on there, a little bit with the paws. I'm trying to make sure that it stamps properly. If I miss a bit, you know how I do it. I just flip the stamp over and use the paper from the top. Right, fingers crossed. Isn't that great? Oh, I do love that. Oh, look at him. Her. Look. Oh, let's look at that. What a lovely stamp. Right, I'm just going to pause a second while I get a marker. Right, so I got some Tombow. This is not watercolour cardstock, so you'll have to forgive me. I'm going to drop the camera down so that you get a better view. I hope that's better. Right, I'm going to do the crown in yellow because my crown is gold. And archival ink, you're not supposed to use alcohol markers with it, which is why I grabbed my watercolour ones. So we've got a yellow crown, and I'm going to have some rubies in the top of my crown. And then I want the glasses to be red. So I'm not going to get perfect colouring like you would with an alcohol marker, but I've used totally the wrong ink for that. I should have used my VersaFine. And then if you do use VersaFine, remember, if you are using alcohol markers, to heat set it so that you don't get any, you know, muddy smudge. Oh, I do love this. I tried to stay within the lines. I may not have, but I just think it's so funny. And then we've got a little pink tongue. Oh, how great is that? I'm going to have red lips on my dog. Should I have red or should I do pink? No, I'm going to do red. Yeah. You've got to have a steady hand for this one. My hands are not that steady. Oh, I missed a little bit. Oh, I do think that's great. That is absolutely hilarious. I love that. Oh, am I all blurred again? Yeah. Wow. When you hold it up to the camera like that, you can see all the bits that you missed. So it is a benefit. And you can see where I bled out there. But like I said, it's not watercolour paper, so you shouldn't really use it on this stuff. I usually use this just for my printing. Oh, I just think that is absolutely wonderful. Now, I think, put my markers to one side, we should stamp another one from that set. So I'm going to try and guess. I'm holding it here. I'm going to try and guess which one you would all choose. I think you'd all choose the double. Yeah. So I'm speaking for you. And I'm going to stamp that one. So I'm just peeling that off. Get my stamp block. Whoops. Let's get the stamp onto the block. And let's ink that up. Oh, I love that it's wearing sunglasses. So cute. And the other one is looking very studious. Almost cat-like. There, I think that's enough ink. But we can already see that that one's stamped absolutely beautifully. And I think these are on the AliExpress choice. The choice is where you spend $10 and you get free shipping. Doesn't matter which store, but as long as you accumulate $10 at checkout, then you get free ship. And that's why I got these. I spent $10 and got free shipping. Right, I'm hoping that I've put down enough pressure on that one. So let's have a look. I'll give that another squeeze. Oh, it's absolutely wonderful. Look at that. Isn't that great? Just fabulous characters. I mean, they even look great, you know, just stamped and coloured, especially if you're really good at colouring, and popped into a little picture frame. So those are two dogs from the I think this was the second dog set that I shared. So that's from that one. I'm making sure that I'm putting all my pieces back together. Now let's have a look at this nutty set of dogs. I want to stamp that one because that's just crazy. He's drooling, bless him. So he'd probably be really good stamped next to a birthday cake. Right, just get that one out. And get the old ink again. I'll try and stamp that one in this space up here. Ooh. Love it. And the quality of them isn't like silicone at all. It's like photopolymer. It's really thick and firm. It's really nice. Just making sure that I'm down where I should be. Oh, isn't that lovely? Oh, I love that. Look. Let's get in. Woo. Isn't he great? The tail. Look at that. Oh, I think that's wonderful. So clearly the doggy stamps work, but I will get that tiny little dog bone and stamp that because it's just so sweet. And of course the little elements from this set that I'm using now can be used with the doggy set from before. So they could all have dog bones if they wanted to. I'm going to put this here. This would look great on a card stamped into a speech bubble, wouldn't it? You know, the dog could be dreaming of a doggy bone. Right, so that is the second dog set, and they work beautifully. So now I'm going into this one, which is the numbers. I'll just stamp one of them just to see how it is. And I'll choose number 1, why not? It's the first one, so I'll get that. Right, just ink it up. And once again, these are photopolymer thick. They don't feel like silicone stamps at all. So let's see what we get now. Right, so we've got a perfect stamp with that. So we can say the numbers are nice. And I did sort of like look over the surface of the pack because you can, you know, with your eyes just skim the surface and see if anything looks incorrect with a lot of stamps. But I can see that those are fine. Then I'm going to use from the postcard set and see what we've got going on here. So we've got a nice ink splat. I do love my ink splats. So I'm going to get that one out. Now you could use all your different coloured inks and you could have different coloured ink splats around your dogs. Yeah. So I'm going to stamp that in the middle, why not? See how that looks. So we've got a lovely ink splat going on there. And I think I'm going to use one of the tiny ones. Let's stamp one of the flowers and see what the details are like on that. So I could have my dog sitting amongst the blooms. There. Have some flowers. So the flower stamp. The ink splat stamped. Let's do the grid just to make sure. Ooh, so I just knocked something off my table and I'm gonna have to search it out after. I love stamps like this as well. They're so useful for doing collage pieces on paper. I just love grids in general. So that is lovely and distressed. So I'm happy with that set. And now moving on to this set. I think the one that I'm interested in seeing, because I can tell that these are going to stamp. Let's see how solid those are. And this one is double packaged as well. So let's go into here. And I'm going to stamp happy. And I'm going to stamp happy underneath these two. A little bit of pressure. There. That worked absolutely wonderfully. Oh, what a great collection. Oh, I've got a nice thing going on my sheet of paper. I'm really liking that. Right, so what have I got next? My garden stamps. And then that'll be the full stamping of them. So I'm going to do that gate because, you know, intricate things can be notoriously difficult. So I'm going to get the gate off here and let's stamp that. So I am going to move the paper up now, maybe off to an angle, that's better, so that you can see this. Bring it into the picture. Oh, it looks really detailed. And of course when you're doing things like this you can stamp them down, you can use a die, make sure the fence is in the centre of the die, and then use your guillotine to chop them and score either side, and you'll have an opening gate card, which is why things like this are useful. And they're also great for Halloween. So I'm just making sure I've got plenty of ink on. I'm not bothered about being straight or not, I just want to know that it's going to stamp. So I would say I'm putting down medium pressure, because you usually find with things like this it's the centre where you don't get your pressure and you end up with a bold spot. But this is another really lovely thick stamp, so yeah, you can see where I didn't put my pressure. So that isn't the fault of the stamp at all, because you can see the ink is still all on there. I mean, I could go down again, but I'm going to end up ghosting it. So let me just apply pressure here to the areas that I missed, just to make sure that those areas would go down. So I think I missed a bit here. And let's see if it does stamp those. I mean, obviously I should have used my stamp platform. Yeah, see all the bits that are missing? They're all there. So there is nothing wrong with that stamp. Right. So I'll put that one on there. And then I can scoot it round a bit again. And what have I got now? Let's do those little terracotta pots. Ooh, I love my garden stuff. pop that down. Have some pots with the dogs. Let's see how they stamp. Yeah, that's me again. That's not the stamp at all. That's just me. So if I come here and push down again, see, you got the bit that was missing. The bit that it didn't put down is that bit. So let me try that. Yeah, so that stamp is absolutely fine. That is user error, and to prove it, I'm going to do it again. So I'm just putting it here, and I hope that that's showing up on camera. And this time I'm making sure that I'm pressing my corners, which is what I didn't do before. So as I was saying, you know, if you've got your stamp platform, you can just keep going up and down until you get it right. There you go. They are perfect, yes. And I'm going to stamp the sunflower just to finish off. And of course you can put the sunflower inside the pot. So let's ink this one up. This is a lovely size one for putting on a tag. Let's move that up a bit. I'll do it skewy. Hopefully you can see it. Right, I'm applying pressure down on the leaves and on the flowers. Make sure I'm getting it right. Yeah, I actually skipped, didn't I? I moved my plot. I'm going to do that again. The beauty of the stamp platform, really. And I should have picked it up and just used it. Right, I'm going to try not to move it this time. Let's have a look at that. Well, I know that it stamps because you saw that bit. It's just that I moved it over to the edge like that. But anyway, I am very pleased with all of my stamps, and especially my doggies. Yeah, I do love my doggies. We'll have some sparkle on there, and a little bit on there. I'm going to make those little rubies sparkle there. I'm happy now. Ooh, there we go. Oh, I just absolutely love that. Wonderful faces. They do stamp my error, and the same with the gate stamps. The little pots also stamp. I'm going to use my stamp platform next time. But I just love my new stamps. Right, I thank you so much for joining me today. As usual, all links below, and do have an absolutely awesome day. Bye.